Hello. I recently lost a friend who was pretty dear to me. And that's important because that meant I was pretty sad. And I was just laying in bed watching YouTube videos. And I came across this video by someone called Reapy Ron. And it was the most garbage fucking dog shit video. I swear to God, the guy knows nothing about Fallout 3's game mechanics. So, real quick tidbit about me. I only play these games with one life, Iron Man, no Pip-Boy pausing the game, no hotkeys, and max difficulty. And I'll use mods to make it harder. So if I don't, do everything correctly, I'll make one mistake, die, and lose a playthrough. So I kind of have to understand the game mechanics. So forgive me if I don't know every little perk because some of these perks are complete fucking dog shit. But I just want to real quick, what makes a Fallout 3 perk good? Well, the first 6 levels of Fallout 3, you basically can only take intensive training, with the exception of a couple other things. So you cannot compare. This is one of the things he did that pissed me off so much. He would compare like a level 2 perk with like a level 30 perk. And it's like, yeah, dude, but you can't take that perk until level 30. So if you ding to level 3 and you only have 2 options, that will significantly change the ranks. Because you're never going to go back and take old shitty perks from level 2. Whatever, let's just get into this. Lead Belly. This is one of those garbage-ass perks. Yeah, it's radiation damage on a water source. Who gives a fuck? You are never drinking. The only time you're drinking water is if you use a hardcore mod or if you are going, back to Megaton for the first, 7 levels and you're just drinking from the water fountain that heals you for, 30 health. You click it 4 times and you're back up to full. Educated, obvious S tier, more skill points the better. This perk isn't mandatory because you don't need a build with 100s and everything. So if you want to be super optimal, you can just avoid educated and comprehension and you can only raise the things that are important. But for 99% of builds, educated is going to be triple godlike S tier. Because the faster you can raise your combat perks or skills, the faster you can deal more damage, which is super important because everything is so goddamn spongy in this game. Iron Fist is S tier for the same reason. Also, I'm going to assume for perks like Iron Fist, this was another thing he did that pissed me off. He was like, yeah, I'm going to say this perk's kind of like A tier because if you're using the build, it's pretty good. If you're using a melee build, or an unarmed build, I should say, you have to take Iron Fist. And if you are going to do that, it's one of the only damage increases you're going to get in a game where damage is everything. So no fucking shit this perk is S tier. If you are never going to use unarmed, then you're never going to take this perk ever under any circumstances. It's just a retarded way to rank things. Okay, toughness. This is super godlike S tier because this plus Cyborg plus Pit Fighter plus Winterized Armor gives you plus Barkskin, that combo gives you 3% off of the max damage resistance, which is so you get 82 with armor that never has to be repaired. And repairing things is actually a really big deal in Fallout 3. You can get there with the Enclave Hellfire armor, but you can only get maybe 10 sets of that in the entire game. So it'll break way before you 100% the game. Fortune Finder is fucking garbage. I don't think I've ever taken this perk once because money is not a problem in Fallout 3. You rush barter to 100, kill a couple guys, and there you go. Gunslinger. This one is the accuracy increase for VATS. So again, this perk is basically S tier for a very simple fact that what the fuck else are you gonna take? No, seriously, you get a perk every level in this game, and there's only 10 perks you actually want. Everything else is various flavors of garbage. It's the same reason why Commando's S tier as well. If you use one-handed weapons or two-handed weapons, you pick one. Frankly, you're probably going to end up picking them both. Demolitions Expert. This is another one of those weird-ass perks. It's damage with explosives, but it requires 50 explosives by level 6. So, really, unless you're rushing to only use explosives, but you can't do that in Fallout 3 like you can in New Vegas. But again, guess where this is going? You're going to notice a theme here. If it increases your damage in one way or another, you automatically pick it and you don't even consider everything else. Fallout 3 is a game where most things are either no-brainer auto-includes or why would you ever use this exclusions. Like Black Widow, Lady Killer, Damage to the opposite sex. Actually, we're going to move this one above even toughness because holy fuck, this perk is godlike. This is this is like the biggest, not counting the bugged ghoul entomology perk. This is like the biggest flat damage increase in the game, one of them. And it applies to everything, assuming you're playing a female character. Rad resistance, literally who gives a fuck? Rads are never a problem in any Fallout game ever, not even the first couple Fallouts. Scrounger, again, who gives a fuck? You kill one raider, sell his assault rifle for like 70 caps, buy like 50 bullets, and there you go. That's more than you'll ever get with Scrounger. It's actually, like, objectively speaking, it is net ammo negative to actually open things with Scrounger and take the ammo than it is to just focus on killing as many enemies as possible, selling their loot, and buying ammo. Like, yeah, some fucking douchebag will be like, oh, this perk is so nice, oh, blah, 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 blah. But, like, dude, get away from me. Get away from me. I don't care. I don't care. Size matters is the word. If I could have another tier here, I would. Not only can you use an exploit to get this up, but I like to patch exploits out of the game. Even then, big guns are fucking terrible in Fallout 3. There's only like one that's even worth using, and that's only because ghoul ecology is bugged. If you play with that perk patched, they are very like zero redeeming factors in them. Strongback, again, just S tier. It's just, as soon as you can pick this perk, you pick it. Like, seriously, what else do you pick it? I think it's level 8. Yeah, you're up against Commando, Rad Resistance, Scrounger, and Size Matters. And Impartial Meditation, but fucking speech, lol. So the only other perk you could even consider at level 8 is Commando. And yeah, you're going to take Commando before you take Strongback if you're using rifles. But then you hit level 9, you've unlocked no new perks, and you already have all of these perks. So it's a no-brainer. Impartial Meditation, going straight into the D tier. Speech checks in Fallout 3 are fucking dog shit. So think about this. This isn't like New Vegas where speech can actually influence events, or maybe you want it for an ending or something. Nah, bro. Speech in this game is shit like, does Moriarty, no, the best one. The best speech check is skipping the radio dish quest in, for 3 Dog. Yeah, the best speech checks in Fallout 3 are just skipping content. Yeah, that's really something you should be investing in. Animal Friend. Animal Friend is the first perk that isn't S or A tier. Or, I mean, S or D tier. It's immediately going into A tier, and honestly, it probably should go into S tier, but it's unlocked at level 10, and 10 is when you actually start getting, like, good perks that you want to pick rapidly in a row. This is the kind of perk you pick when you go back at level 20. Yaogwai are fucking insane, so, you know, that's cool. And it doesn't really do anything else. Little Leaguer. Isn't this perk complete? Yeah, this is skills for melee and explosives. No one cares. Every perk that gives you skill points is bad, period. Objectively. Because you will get a perfect 100 in everything with just the minimum amount of effort without picking any of these. So they are automatically not viable perks. Finesse is arguably the second best perk in the entire game. 5% more crit chance in a game where crits are king. By the way, just want to point this out there. VATS give you 15% more crit. So if you aren't attacking things in VATS, you're not trying, basically. Mr. Sandman. This perk is, we're not even going to waste time talking about it. This is a roleplay perk. If you want this perk for, like, roleplay reasons, open up the command console, give it to yourself, and roleplay as a hitman, assassin, whatever. Other than that, there is never a time where this perk is good. Daddy's Boy is another garbage perk because it gives you skill points. Next, Mysterious Stranger. This is another A-tier perk because you're going to pick it every single build, but it comes available at level 10. So it's going to be one of the last things you pick. Because, again, if you are attacking something like a Super Mutant Overlord, which is the most bullshit enemy in the game, with that fucking attachment on their tri-laser rifle that makes them always deal 100 damage to you no matter what, God, I hate them. Just being able to click VATS, click once, and just instantly kill it with this, pretty good. Nerd Rage. I've never even heard of someone taking this perk. If you're that low on life and you're playing on very hard, you get one shot by anything you'd actually want any sort of bonus against. Night Person, again, drugs can handle this. Better character building can handle this. Who the fuck plays in the dark? Here and Now is an S tier perk because you just take it at level 30 so you can get level 31. and you get extra endurance and stuff. Pyromaniac, again, S tier. Any perk that increases your damage is automatically S tier, and there's really no discussion about it. But let me just read this one. Yeah, 50% damage with fire-based weapons. The shish kebab without this is one of the best melee weapons in the game. So you take one of the best weapons in one of the best weapon categories and give it 50% more damage. Oh, what do you know? Wow, it's a good perk. Who would have guessed? Cannibal. I've never heard of someone taking this. Life Giver is A tier. It's again one of those perks where you always take it. Every single build uses it. You just don't take it as soon as it's available. Robotics Expert, S tier. Robots are some of the most dangerous enemies in the game. Mr. Gutsy's plasma rifle hits at Mr. Gutsy's start to spawn around level 10. And their plasma rifle hits for like, I think it's something like 60 damage on like normal. So it's like 120 damage on very hard. They are fucking ridiculous. In my most recent very hard playthrough, Mr. Gutsy single-handedly killed 2 Brotherhood outcasts on very hard. Yeah, 2 guys in power armor, and they didn't even half health him. Mr. Gutsies are ridiculous. Sentry bots or whatever, you just don't get hit by the rocket. Lol. Sniper. Let me just check myself, but isn't this the one that makes you deal more damage in VATS, which makes it automatically, like, godlike? There's some perks like this that are just so fucking good that I don't even remember what they do because I just know you automatically pick it every time. Yeah, 25% chance to hit target's head in VATS. So you combine Sniper with Commando with turning in the synth in Rivet City, and you kill the guy afterwards if you don't want to actually turn him in, by the way. And that gives you like 80% chance to hit in VATS just as a baseline. So that means you will always hit headshots basically no matter what. I have clips of me using a hunting rifle in the pit at the top of the tower, sniping moving trogs with headshots at the bottom. 95% chance to hit. You virtually will never miss the head. In the mode, that gives you 15% more crit chance. Silent running. What the fuck does this even do? Plus 10 sneak is garbage. Foot speed and armor weighing no longer affects sneak. Who gives a fuck, dude? Sneak is good for like 1 attack exactly. You sneak, shoot once, and sneak is basically already done. Adamantium skeleton. Who gives a fuck? This is a game where you're going to end your playthrough with over 1,000 stim packs. Gun nut. This gives you skill points. This is garbage. You don't need it. Fast metabolism. Doesn't this one just give you better stim packs? Yeah, this is S tier. You pick this almost immediately. So if you're playing outside of very hard, this perk's whatever. This perk's closer to A tier, honestly. But if you're playing on very hard, economy is a really big deal until it's not. You will be starved for stim packs because a baby rad scorpion hits you once in very hard, even if you have 50% damage reduction, and he just chunks like 30% of your health. So yeah, that's cool. Lawbringer, absolute fucking garbage. This is that shit perk that makes you turn things in, isn't it? The finger and the ear perks are like, yeah. So once you get to like level 20-ish, which this perk is available at 14, money just stops mattering. Once you get to 100 barter and the game is scaled up to where pretty much every raider has an assault rifle, or you start fighting the Enclave, money just stops mattering. You will go from Project Purity to the end of not even, just to the end of the base game, and you'll probably have about 10,000 caps. Assuming you aren't an idiot. Chemist, this perk is S tier. This is the one that doubles the length of chems, right? Yeah, okay, so this perk is basically the first perk you take at level 14. Because you're competing against the garbage cap turn-in perks. And Cyborg, never mind, Cyborg's better than this. You take Cyborg then this. Because Chemist makes Psycho and Med-X last twice as long. Psycho is the biggest damage boost in the entire game. And what do you know? The thing that makes you do more damage for longer is one of the best things in the game. Who would have guessed? Contract Killer is just as bad as Lawbringer. Cyborg. I just want to point this out. This fucking douchebag, read me wrong, this idiot, this guy, he put Toughness in S tier and Cyborg in A tier. Toughness is just 10% damage resistance. Cyborg is 10 energy weapons, 10 rad resistance, 10 poison resistance, and 10 damage resistance. It's literally just toughness that does like 2 other perks worth of things. And he was like, oh yeah, this is worse than this. Garbage video, fucking garbage video. Light step, dude, just don't step on the trap. Like seriously. By level 14, this perk has no use because not only can you just face tank the traps, who cares? Oh, no. You'll take adamantine skeleton to counteract not taking light step. Yeah. This is, by the way, adamantine skeleton, the fact that you can just stim pack, get all your health back, which is gonna, because if you're gonna break a limb, you're gonna take damage in the first place to break that limb. So stim pack heals you from the damage you took and heals the limb in a game where you're gonna where merchants sell like 20 stim packs. So, you know, Master Trader, this perk is A tier. You take it as soon as it's available, but it falls off. This perk is like up here when you get it, but it's kind of down here, and you get it a little too late. But at the end of the day, it makes your ammo and your stim packs and drugs cost less. So you still take it. You know, you got to keep the snowball rolling. Better Criticals is the best perk in the game. When I said Finesse is like the second best, Better Criticals is the best. This is a game where you can get to like 100% crit chance on every weapon that matters. And this is just 50% more crit damage. Action Boy. Again, you take it in every single build, but you don't necessarily take it as soon as it's available. Chem Resistant is again A tier. You eventually will take this in like every single build. Infiltrator. Isn't this the perk that makes you like double your chance to... I don't even know what this does. Oh, yeah, this is garbage, dude. If you can't do the Fallout 3 lockpick minigame, you are a lesser value creature than my fucking dog. My dog can do this minigame. Computer Whiz is the same thing. I just do the minigame right. Concentrated Fire is 5% accuracy in VATS for every attack queued. So, again, you're gonna take this in like every build. You just maybe might not. This is what you might, because like Chem Resistance is better. You'd rather be able to take 2 more psychos in a row when you're out exploring than you're already like 95% chance to hit. This only comes into play like when you're like level 27, you have nothing left to take. Tag, anything that gives you skill points is garbage. So this is where some people are going to get pissed off. Entomologist is easy S tier. Easy S tier. Because, think about it. You get this at level 4. The only other thing you've been taking up to this point is intensive training. Now, Entomologist gives you 50% damage to insects. Insects, dude, go look up any list of the strongest enemies in Fallout 3. And it's gonna be the one, like, albino rad scorpion, super mutant overlord, and deathclaw. In that order every single time. This lets you kill them quicker. And giant rad scorpions start spawning around level 12. That is around the time you can get AE's plasma rifle online, which kind of invalidates them as a threat. But let's say you get an unlucky giant rad scorpion spawn out in the wastes at like level 8. Dude, that thing will chunk you for half your health, and it'll basically take like 500 caps worth of ammo to kill. Also, fire ants. By the time you reach Grey Ditch, you can take this perk. And this perk nullifies fire ants as an enemy. And they are some of the more dangerous enemies. That fire fucking hurts. Paralyzing Palm. What the fuck does this even do? I know this paralyzes, but how? 30% chance to paralyze an enemy. Oh, this is fucking terrible. This is fucking terrible. Even if you're doing an unarmed build, I don't really like... This perk has one use, that's right. You can paralyze people, they can fall down, and sometimes they die. So you know what? No, we'll put this in A tier, because if you're going to play this build, you're going to take this. Actually, no, S tier. If you're going to... Because I just remembered my own logic for a second. If you're going to play unarmed, you're going to take Paralyzing Palm. Like, period. There's no way you aren't. Solar Powered. This perk is, again, A tier. You're going to take it in every build, but you're not going to rush to do it because it's just HP regen and free strength, basically, during the time that you actually play. It's more so you just take it. You know, we're going to put this, like, down here. This is like literally the last perk you take in any build. Ninja is S tier. You take it in every build. And the reason why you take it in every build is you sneak. Let's say there's 3 Deathclaws. You sneak, you headshot it, you instantly kill it with the sneak critical, extra damage, and then you move on to the next thing. You're going to notice a theme. Everything that increases your crits in this game is godlike. Grim Reaper Spirit. Oh, how could I forget? This is the best perk in the game. Let me correct myself. This perk makes it so every time you kill something in VATS, you get your VATS refilled. This perk was so fucking powerful, it is the only perk here out of all of these that got nerfed going into Fallout New Vegas. In fact, some of these perks got buffed going into Fallout New Vegas. No, and I think stuff like like animal specific damage got lowered, but that's not a big deal. Grim Reaper Spirit is one of the only cases of a Fallout perk actually getting nerfed, which is very fucking rare. Because since VATS slows time, enemies are weaker than if you just fought them normally during VATS. So if you just kill something with VATS, move on, kill something with VATS, move on, this basically gives you infinite VATS. It also kind of invalidates Action Boy as a perk. So, you know, maybe this goes like down here actually. Explorer, literally just use the fucking compass. Thief, isn't this one that gives you skill points? This shit is garbage. Get this shit out of here. I'm not even gonna look at this. Dream Crusher. Oh yeah, this is if for not doing Mora's survival side thing. Yeah, this is garbage. This isn't garbage because its effect is bad. This is garbage because of something called opportunity cost. So this perk invalidates the Guru perk, which is crit chance, which is crazy. By the way, most of these perks are going to be S tier. Most of these like not level up perks, for the simple fact that you can just get them for free. All right, let's see. Hemophage. So, I'm a big, stupid, fucking dick-sucking idiot. This perk is garbage. Never mind. I take it back. I take it back. Power armor training is not a perk, so we're just gonna throw this down here because it's literally not a perk. Ant Might. The ant perks are all okay. Both of them are just fine. Fire resistance is not important. It's funny. Fire resistance is not important after this quest, and free attributes are always fine. Bark Skin, going straight into S tier. You will rush to Oasis to do this shit on like every character. For the simple fact that +5 DR is a big deal. DR is better the more of it you stack. So you rush to the winterized combat armor, rush to Bark Skin, rush toughness cyborg. You are basically permanently at the damage resistance cap at like the lowest level possible. But seriously though, you can just rush to Bark Skin at level 1, rush winterized at level 1, take Med-X, and you're like at the damage resistance cap when you're still fighting raiders with like 38 pistols and shit. Rad Regeneration. I wish you would regenerate into a better perk. Survival Guru is crit chance for literally doing nothing. Wired Reflexes is VATS damage or VATS accuracy for literally doing nothing. What the fuck is Deep Sleep? Oh, this is Well Rested. Getting more XP is terrible because it makes the fun part of the game, the character building, it makes that end faster. That's why Swift Learner sucks. Puppies is garbage because dog meat is garbage. Quantum Chemist. What the fuck is Quantum Chemist? Oh yeah, this is garbage. This perk basically only exists for that Nuka-Cola bitch. Just literally just build your karma the way you want. No weaknesses is garbage because this perk is retarded. I shouldn't need to explain this. All special stats lower than 5 become 5. So like, just by this point in the game, you shouldn't have any specials lower than 5. Rad Tolerance. Literally, who gives a fuck? Radaway and Doctors are so cheap. Warmonger. This is schematics added. Literally, if you want a schematic, just go get it. Nerves of Steel. 1 AP every 10 seconds is completely invalidated by Grim Reaper Spirit. Party Boy. No chance for alcohol addiction. No chance I'm taking this fucking perk. Rad Absorption. -1 rad. Again, literally just doctor or thing. Nuclear Anomaly. This perk is going into S tier, but it does cause some trouble sometimes by hurting allies. And where is Almost Perfect? Okay, so I just want to talk about this perk right now. This perk is fucking arguably the worst perk in the game. And you want to know why? Because intensive training, which is S tier. The first, like, 5 levels of Fallout 3, you basically have to take intensive training. Because everything else is garbage perks that give you skill points that you don't want. Because without those perks, you'll still get 100. So you just get free 5 special stats for free every single playthrough. You get 10 special stats for free by taking up the bobbleheads. So before you take any perk, you get 15 special points. So you can get a character that basically has like 7 in everything before you touch any of this shit. If you're going to take almost perfect, then there's no reason to take intensive training. Now, some people are retarded and they actually play the fucking game like this. The reason why this is retarded is for the simple fact that things like endurance give you more HP per level. Things like intelligence give you more skill points per level. So you need them to be as high as possible, as early as possible. It doesn't matter if you end the game with 10 in everything if you spent all your levels at 5 endurance and intelligence. It literally doesn't matter. And like agility making you more accurate and shit, again, unless you get to play the whole game like that, it doesn't fucking matter. Almost perfect, if this was a level 1 perk, would be the best perk in the game. But as a level 30 perk, who gives a fuck? None of these things matter anymore. Scoundrel. What the fuck is Scoundrel? Isn't this just something that like gives you stats? Isn't this another one of these garbage perks? Hold on, let me look. Scoundrel. Yeah, this is one of those garbage perks. Bloody Mess is universal 5% damage. It's an auto include. Covert Ops. What I gotta do them. Oh yeah, this is another one of those garbage perks that gives you fucking thing. Auto Expert is 25% more damage with the auto axe. So this perk is S tier because the auto axe is like the second best melee weapon in the entire game. And 25% damage is fucking huge. Ghoul Ecology. This is the best perk that you don't have to spend a perk point on. This gives 5 damage to all weapons. It's bugged. If you don't play with like a community patch, this makes it so every burst you do in VATS with a minigun does 40 extra damage, which is fucking insane. Because combine that with other shit like Bloody Mess and all your crit chance, because you can get, again, 15% crit chance from VATS, and you can get like a flat 30% crit chance from other stuff. Yeah, you can like destroy. This is like, this perk basically enables big guns as a skill. Xenotech Expert is again S tier because the Xeno rifles. So think about it like this. Hold on. Let me show you something. Fallout 3 energy weapons. So energy weapons are already the best weapons in Fallout 3, period. And okay, wait, hold on. Let me do this in a better way. Fallout 3 weapons. Weapon. So take a look at this, right? Right? Where is it? First off, the drone cannon is fucking insane, but we're not going to talk about it. So, energy weapons. We only care about the rifles. Damage. So, the Gauss rifle's pretty shit. The Tri-Beam laser rifle, you won't get this until way later in the game, so we're not even going to think about it. The Alien Disintegrator is better than AE's plasma rifle. It flat out just does more damage. It does have less DPS, but think about this. It also has less crit, which this is the problem with the Alien Disintegrator, especially because you could just rush to Rivet City and get this, but you can make the argument that because this thing with like Psycho and the Alien perk, this thing can get to like 100 damage a shot. This thing will one-shot faster than this thing, and they're really both the same. It basically just brings that up to that level, really. It is realistically all it's doing. But again, you know, you can't play the entire game. Here's the thing. Here's the reason why that's actually really good. It is far easier to stockpile the alien rifles in like a container and use them to repair than it is plasma rifles. Unless you fight the Enclave and you make sure to bin every single plasma rifle you get from them, which, mind you, the Enclave will stop spawning eventually. And if you're going for 100% completion, unless you make sure to do the story last and then Broken Steel last, so you're dealing with the Enclave spawns throughout the entire game, you will be in a situation very often where you straight up just cannot use the AE plasma rifle. Booster Shot, what the fuck does this do? Oh yeah, this is a rad resistance thing from the pit. This is terrible. Pit Fighter is, again, it's just free damage resistance. Some people are going to look at that and think I'm crazy. But again, you do a quest, you take 3% less damage for the entire rest of the game. Like, how can that be anything other than godlike? Punga Power. This is terrible. This is another radiation perk. Superior Defender. Going right into S tier. Again, 5 plus 5 points of damage and DR while standing still. So this makes it so you don't even need Med-X or Winterized Power Armor to be at the damage resistance cap. But consider this. So this perk pushes you up to the damage resistance cap, and it works like Ghoul Ecology. So this gives your miniguns 80 fucking extra damage per VAT shot. 80. 80. You remember what I just told you about like AR's plasma rifle and shit? Yeah, you might as well throw it out of the fucking window. Because once if you rush point lookout and play with a minigun, it's not even going to feel like the same game versus playing the game standard. Child at heart. If you can take it, you do take it. If you can't take it, you don't take it. And comprehension is pretty garbage. And yeah. The only way you can really argue with most of these rankings is if you want to get super pedantic and be like, Pit Fighter's not strong enough to be S tier. It's not about how strong each perk is in direct comparison to one another. It's the fact that this doesn't cost you anything to get, and the effect is useful from the moment you get it to the moment you turn off the game. So it's a free perk that just gives you like 1/6 the effect of a Med-X. All right, go fuck yourself.